Hey guys, it's Lila here from Lily's Fan-Made TV channels. Before I start this episode, I just want to say that I went for an ADHD appointment and it is ADHD and autism that I've got. Two conflicting neurological conditions together, which explains my emotional crises a whole lot more now. Yeah. I thought I'd tell you guys that quickly. And sorry if I haven't done any episodes in a while. I've been busy with a lot, especially the return of Mark Richmond Jr., aka RTV, and all the other RTV associated channels as well. Anyway, in this episode today, I'll be starting to tell you about my basically how I came to be. Since I feel like I need to open up to my past a little bit more. Anyway, before I do, I'm going to tell you this at the start and at the end. Please do make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below to share your love for me, basically, because I really do need the support from my fans. And those that hate me, well, I don't care about them. I just care about the ones that love me, because haters, they can hate. I mean, don't hate the player, if you know what I mean. Sorry if I said it like that. Anyway, yeah, like, subscribe, comment, share if you can. And here we go. So, I'm going to start this out in the bestest way possible. It all started with me being born, of course, 7 years old. I remember my mum telling me a bit about it, but there was a time in my birth where I nearly didn't survive. At least I think I remember anywhere, but I did, and yeah. So yeah, I was a little baby, obviously. I enjoyed being a little baby. I enjoyed life. I enjoyed being young. And then school time came around. I went to nursery when I was at least 4 or 5 years old. I did not want to leave the water and sand table. Funnily enough, I did not want to leave. Because I did love the textures. Like, I really love the textures. Anyway, 7 years old, of course, I was diagnosed with autism. And yeah, that's when things in my life started to go wrong. Well, but I know what you guys are thinking. Lily, you have autism. It makes you who you are. Why could you possibly think it would go wrong? Well, that's where the bad things come in. I started off in reception at Meadowfield Primary School. And I got bullied. Yeah. Got bullied at Meadowfield. Yeah, I got bullied, and I thought that teachers were shouting at me because of the way they were speaking to me. One time I broke my leg, and they just walked me in on that broken leg. I didn't know it was, so I was absolutely panicking. I thought they were assaulting me or something. Like, physically. Like, in a physical way. It felt like I was being assaulted. Like, forced to stand up. I was crying. I was upset, obviously. And that says a lot because, well, actually, I was emotionally sensitive from the start because my parents always argued. So if you do hear a tiny bit of a crack in my voice, that's because I'm opening up to the truth. They didn't communicate well, and yeah, from when I was 7 to actually it happened all my childhood, and from when I was 5, like 5 or 6, I'm not quite sure, to now when I'm 19. Anyway, back to it. At Medifield, I was being bullied. I felt like teachers were shouting at me. I basically didn't have a great experience there, if I were to be honest. I did meet some really great friends. I met someone called Sarah Rose. She is the best, like she really is. She protects me from people, well, from bullies, especially from one called Amber Waldron, who was who she might be good now, but I still don't trust her. Amongst others like Demi, Lorna, and I can't think of others for some reason. Anyway, there was one time that at Medifield, when Demi said something really mean to me, and I ended up crying. Yeah, I ended up crying, and I got really upset. So I could not stop crying. Like, I'm sorry sorry again if you can hear the crack in my voice, but that's me just being brave and opening up to the truth and realising that it is ADHD that I've got now. Anyway, back to it. I didn't have a great experience there. Education wise, in the middle. I masked in quite a lot, and what masking like basically is like hiding your emotions. Like for those of you that don't know what masking is, that's basically what it is. So yeah, I went out of Medifield when I was 10, and then went to West Oaks in Boston Spa. That wasn't quite a picnic either, because there was this girl called, I'm not going to mention her name, but she's called Gemma, and she tormented me, basically. She was kind of like my bully. She was kind of like my visionary version of the bullies. She tormented me, some of my mates, and from the very start I knew I couldn't be friends with her. Not at all. I made some very good friends though. I made friends with Alex Bravo. I also made friends with some friends. Well, friends. I tried to fit in with some groups like Connor, Harry, Joe, and well, I did get along with Elliot, now Luna, at some point, and I got on quite a bit with Finlay because we know a lot of well, I know a bit about anime, but not that much. But I know a lot about Asdef movie because I watch Asdef movie on a daily basis. Well, not a daily basis, but when some really funny ones come out, like Johnny Vertruck. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I made some really good friends. Didn't make a lot of bad friends other than Gemma. The teachers were alright, except they were rushing me. Like, I'm assuming I were being silly, just because I were crying. When really I'm not. Like, really I'm not. Like, I don't act silly just because I cry. I cry. Oh, pardon me, because I'm just emotionally sensitive. Yeah. Yeah, I basically was from the very start, and I do not know why. I also had a lot of time off in 2022 as well, because of the fact that well, because of Gemma mainly, and she was kind of like my bully to me, and I don't like her that much anymore. I used to like her. Like, I was 50-50. She knew a lot about special schools, but her well, I won't call them tantrums, but more meltdowns, demands, and basically just trying to get her own way and just screaming and just begging me to be her friend. Yeah, no, I did not like her whatsoever. She made me fight with, well, she and another friend called, well, I'm not going to mention her name, obviously, but she was my partner in crime. LMS, I'm going to call her. LMS, she is, and she's still my partner in crime. I just don't see her much because I have a lot of stuff to do. And yeah, that's pretty much it. She was my partner in crime. We got on together, and I basically moved education sites now. So yeah. There was one time, well, multiple times when Gemma called me a crybaby, and I did not like that. And that word still haunts me as of today. It really, really haunts me. That's pretty much it for the moment. From to 2022. Didn't go exactly as well in 2023 to 2024 because she acted up a lot. And she made enemies with some of my friends. Well, I wouldn't say enemies, but yeah. She did hit me a couple of times in my childhood, and I do not want to remember them whatsoever, not even when I stood up for myself. Thank you all so much for listening to my some of my life story so far, which is kind of mishmash. I'm so sorry. I have just got back and I am just processing me having ADHD now and having two conflicting conditions at the same time, which is going to be an absolute torment for me, let me tell you. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of Mental Health Matters, my life story. I'll be telling you more next time. Hopefully, I'll be telling you all about my favourite things in the entire world and why I love them, and hopefully about my favourite shows, and then a tiny bit more about my backstory and what else your gal has basically been through, like a dislocated knee. Till next time, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, share if you can. Don't forget to smash the notification bell as well if you want more brilliant videos from me. More continuities, more videos, more promos, more intros. All of them are coming very soon. And I'll be doing Central 4 and 5 TV continuities very soon as well. Until then, guys, mwah, I shall see you all next time. Have a fantastic rest of your day.